You ever notice how your income goes up, but your life doesn't really change? Maybe you got a raise, maybe you switched jobs, maybe you even crossed a number that once felt big, and yet your savings account still looks almost the same. You're not broke, but you're not building anything either. It feels like you're running, but somehow staying in the same place. That invisible limit, that quiet financial plateau, I call it the $27,400 lifestyle ceiling. Not because that exact number is magical, but because it represents something very real. It's the point where your lifestyle quietly expands to consume everything you earn above survival. And most people never even realize it's happening. I'm Alex, and I spend way too much time thinking about money patterns. Not just income, but behavior. And that's why some people escape these invisible ceilings while others stay stuck under them for decades. And if you're under 35 right now, this might be the most important shift you make, because this ceiling doesn't feel dramatic. It doesn't feel like a crisis. It feels normal. That's what makes it dangerous. Because when something feels normal, you stop questioning it. Let's say you make $50,000 a year. After taxes, maybe you see around $38,000 to $40,000. Your rent adjusts, your car improves, your phone upgrades, your weekends get slightly more expensive. Nothing extreme, just slightly better. You don't feel reckless. You feel responsible. You tell yourself, I'm just living like an adult now. But then something strange happens. Your income increases again. Now you're at $60,000. And instead of your savings jumping, your lifestyle expands again. Bigger apartment, nicer gym, more subscriptions, more I deserve this. And look, I'm not judging that. Honestly, it's human. You work hard, you want life to feel a little easier. But the problem is, the upgrades don't stop at easy. They quietly continue until your new comfort level becomes your baseline. And once something becomes your baseline, you start defending it. That's where the ceiling forms. Before you realize it, you've built a lifestyle that costs roughly $27,400 more per year than your survival baseline. That's the ceiling. Not poverty, not luxury, just comfortable consumption. And comfortable consumption is addictive because it feels earned. Here's the psychological trap. When your income rises, your brain upgrades your identity. Now, you don't think, I should save more. You think, this is who I am now. You don't drive the old car anymore because it feels beneath your current version. You don't skip the trip because I work hard. You don't downgrade because that feels like failure. Your spending aligns with your new self-image. And that's powerful because identity drives behavior more than math ever will. You can read all the budgeting books you want. You can watch all the finance videos. You can even download the apps. But if your identity says, I'm someone who enjoys comfort, you'll protect comfort, not saving. And that's why this ceiling locks people in. It's not about numbers. It's about identity expansion without asset expansion. Let me say that again because it's the whole game. Identity expands, lifestyle expands, but assets stay flat. And that gap is where long-term wealth quietly dies. Not in one bad decision, not in one big mistake, but in 1,000 tiny upgrades that nobody calls out. If you're under 35, this phase feels harmless. You tell yourself, I'll invest later. I'll get serious at 40. I'm still young. I just need one more raise. But here's the math nobody talks about. Every extra $10,000 invested at 25 is radically different from $10,000 invested at 40. Compounding doesn't reward effort. It rewards time. And lifestyle ceilings steal time. They steal time because you keep postponing the real plan. You keep thinking the plan starts after you feel comfortable. But the truth is, the plan has to start before comfort, because comfort will always ask for more. Let's imagine two people. Same income, same city, same opportunities. But person A upgrades everything gradually. Not crazy, just gradually. Person B freezes lifestyle at a slightly lower level. Person B invests the difference, say $800 per month. Now, $800 doesn't sound sexy. It doesn't feel like wealth. It feels like annoying discipline. But over 10 years, that's nearly $100,000 invested. With growth, much more. And here's the part people miss. By 35, person B doesn't feel restricted. They feel stable because they escaped the ceiling early. Person A still feels almost there. Still chasing the next raise, still expanding lifestyle to match, still confused why savings never catches up. That's the trap. And it's extra brutal because on the outside, person A looks fine. Nice apartment, decent car, trips, a normal life. But underneath, no leverage, no momentum, no compounding engine. Just consumption that must be fed every month. So how do you actually escape it? Step 1. Delay lifestyle upgrades by 12 months. Not forever. Just delay them. When your income increases, pretend it didn't. For 1 year, redirect 70 to 80% of the raise into investments or debt payoff. Because your raise is the easiest money you'll ever save. You were already living without it. This is the simplest trick on earth, and almost nobody does it because it requires patience. Step 2. Create a ceiling number. Decide, at X dollars lifestyle cost, I stop upgrading. Maybe that's a $1,800 apartment. Maybe it's a $25,000 CarMax. Maybe it's fixed monthly spending under $3,500. Whatever it is, define it, because undefined ceilings expand infinitely. Defined ceilings protect wealth, and this is where people get emotional. They'll say, but what if I want more later? Cool. Wanting more isn't the problem. The problem is wanting more before you build assets. Assets first, lifestyle second. Step 3. Automate investments immediately after income increases. Don't wait, because comfort is persuasive. The moment you feel more comfortable, you'll justify spending more. You'll call it quality of life. You'll call it self-care. You'll call it rewarding yourself. And again, some of that is valid. But if you don't automate first, comfort will quietly take the whole raise. Automation protects you from yourself. Escaping the $27,400 lifestyle ceiling isn't about deprivation. It's about timing. Upgrade later, invest earlier. That's it. You can still enjoy money, you can still travel, you can still live well, but the order matters. The assets first, lifestyle second. Most people reverse it. And reversing it delays freedom by 10 to 20 years. You don't feel the cost today, you feel it at 45, when you realize you built a beautiful life with no leverage underneath it. And that's heavy, because then you don't feel behind. You feel trapped by payments, trapped by expectation, trapped by the version of you that you can't afford to downgrade anymore. If you're under 35, you don't need extreme frugality. You need awareness, because ceilings are invisible until you question them. Ask yourself, if my income went up tomorrow, would my assets grow first? Or would my lifestyle? That answer tells you everything. Wealth isn't about making dramatic moves. It's about resisting silent expansion. And the earlier you escape your ceiling, the easier everything becomes later. Not louder, not flashier, just easier. And honestly, that's the real upgrade.